Hi folks, I'm Rob Poyton of the Innsmouth Book Club. How's it going? Well, no sooner have we finished one Innsmouth excursion than we're off on another, and this time it's a Saturday evening and we've headed over to Cambridge to this wonderful old Unitarian church hall where we're going to meet a couple of people who, if you're regular listeners to the podcast, I think you might recognise. So, we've been walking around Cambridge, and look who we bumped into. It's Tim Mendees.
Indeed.
2/3 of the Innsmouth Book Club podcast.
Indeed.
I tried saying that. We've had a couple of beers already.
We have indeed. I'm just going to keep saying indeed. Indeed, sir.
And we've got a nice night, haven't we?
Yeah, indeed, we have, indeed. Fucking hell, stop it. Yes, we have. Yeah, we're going to go and check out Mr. Robert Lloyd Parry at the Unitarian Church Hall.
Yeah, it's a lovely old building. We've been there and had a quick look. It's a fantastic place, be a really great setting. And he's going to be performing two Lovecraft stories. I think it's Pickman's Model and
Music of Eric Zahn.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to that. And hopefully we'll get to have a chat with him after as well. So stick around for that.
Marvellous.
So here we are with Robert Lloyd Parry after having enjoyed a marvellous performance of Pickman's Model and the Music of Eric Zahn.
Cheers.
And a good crowd tonight, Robert, yeah?
It was a good crowd, yes. Good amount, about 80 people. So.
Yeah, it was a superb venue. So where do you find all these venues?
Well, it was funny because years ago when I first started doing the M.R. James stories, I was going to be doing them in redundant churches in Cambridge. And the night before I was due to start, people complained about the idea of having ghost stories in the church. And so the people in charge of the church very unceremoniously told me I couldn't do it. So the next morning I was full of fury, and I just knocked on the door of the Unitarian Church, knowing that they were a little more free thinking and so on. And it turned out that the minister there was a huge M.R. James fan, and he said, "You can use my church to do it." And so I kind of made friends with him, and through that the study was my training. I did the M.R. James stories there once.
That's perfect for it.
And I just saw that hall, I thought it would be good for something at some point, and so it always had in mind. But it's good, that was the original church, but it's rather beautiful, kind of the pillars and the paneling and so.
And this is part of the Gallery of Screams tour, which you're taking around quite a lot of the UK.
Yeah, so I'm about halfway through it now, so I've had a few gigs in Yorkshire and pretty much all over England, Newcastle, Bath, Reading, so no massive venues, but smaller places. It works well.
And do you find the appetite for Lovecraft is pretty much the same across the country, or are there hotspots, mythos hotspots?
Well, it's interesting. It's a good, interesting question. Generally, they've been far less well attended than the M.R. James stories.
Right.
But Sheffield, which was my first night of the tour, I got a huge amount, far more than I normally get for M.R. James. So whether Sheffield has some, I don't know, portal there, I don't know.
Portrait significance.
Yeah.
Well, I've been there, I can believe it.
But York is quite a sort of a historic Gothic kind of.
It is. York didn't do some. Well, they did all right. A place I normally do brilliantly is Salford. But that I've sold. I'm there next week, but that's hardly sold any at the moment. It's going to be. Yeah. So it's hard to tell. You can't predict these things.
And do you find, is there a difference between performing M.R. James and performing Lovecraft? Are you in a different mindset?
Yes, I endeavour to be. Unfortunately, I do kind of, find myself occasionally slipping into M.R. James modes, and I'm doing it for so long. But I certainly don't intend to do that. That's just a default nervous position that I can take.
Well, I suppose in some ways the protagonists are quite similar in each story. They're usually sort of ciphers for the author themselves, aren't they? They're usually lone.
With the M.R. James stories, I'm taking on the persona of M.R. James, the narrator.
Right.
What I like about the Lovecraft ones is that it's not the author who's the narrator, it's a character who's narrating.
Right.
It's quite hard for me, because I can't do an American accent, it's quite hard for me to differentiate between the narrator of Pickman's Model and the narrator of Music Go Exam. But they're guys who are at different stages of insanity, I think.
I noticed the hysteria you had on Pickman's Model was a level above what you had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Pickman's Model, he's kind of he's entering into insanity. Or he's on the cusp of insanity.
What I found fascinating was how you when you became Pickman in that.
Oh yeah. Did you see the googly eyes?
Yeah, I did indeed. Yeah. It was a stunning transformation. It was like, it was very well
that
done.
was just they're holograms, those dark glasses.
That was amazing.
Could you tell?
Yeah, it was like the spots of light. It was like
not really.
But I mean, you should have seen round bloodshot eyeballs. Did you get that?
Not from where I was.
No, we were right at the back.
Well, I have to get the angle right, you see, and I can't tell myself whether I got it right. But they're basically joke shop glasses, which when you put them on, show horrific eyeballs kind of staring out.
Clarence, the Ronnie Barker, the Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Barker wasn't actually that character with the milk bottle.
Right.
It was a real creepy effect.
Yeah,
Well, good. Yeah.
And so what have you got planned after the tour is over? Have you got?
After the tour's over, well, I went from a Lovecraft point of view. Hopefully in August I'll be going to Necronomicon.
Oh,
nice. I feel so on the bucket list.
Yeah. So I've been. It was a couple of months ago they said, "Oh yeah, we'd love to have you," and then they said. They asked for my details in the hotel. They've not been replying to my emails the last couple of weeks, so I'm just going to get worried. But even if they don't book me to perform there, I'll go there for a couple of days.
Yeah, sounds like an amazing event.
It is good, it's a good event. I've been there before.
Last year.
Last pre-COVID, whatever their last one was, 2019. Yeah, it was good, really good, really interesting. There's guys, there's loads of guys who just go there to play Call of Cthulhu.
It's interesting because one of my mates runs one of the tables. Yeah, Matt Hawkes. He's actually originally from Birmingham. He moved out there because he's a big Lovecraft fan, and it was like his dream. So he moved.
He moved to Providence.
Yeah, he lives just outside of Providence.
Wow, it's a lovely area as well. I mean,
I remember one day when.
Necronomicon, it's got these different strands. So there's the role-playing games, and then there's the kind of con-type panels of ghost story discussions. But then you have this rather highbrow academic conference that goes on at the same time. People are talking. I remember I just talked in on a lecture about people, and I didn't know why he was talking about this, but he was talking about how they built reservoirs and dams and flooded villages. But that's what happens in the Colour to Space.
Yes.
So he was clearly referencing that, although I didn't realise it at the time.
It seems to be a huge amount of Lovecraft scholarship around at the moment. We were contrasting that a little earlier. I don't know, in my mind I always think of M.R. James scholarship as being somewhat above that.
Well, that's because he was a scholar. His scholarship was better than Lovecraft's scholarship. I think there are many more people at all levels, again, fan fiction to scholarly articles, many more people working on Lovecraft than there are on M.R. James.
Oh yes, definitely.
And probably even more working on Tolkien.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Well, it's been, we really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you very much.
If you get the chance to go and see Robert performing, whether it's the current tour or, of course, any of the M.R. James stuff, have you got any other authors in line as well?
Well, I mean, I do. One thing I discovered in the lockdowns was that I've got a certain audience for online performances. So I do readings of. Well, actually, in fact, now I've got a new show that I'm working on called The Archive of Dread, which is going to involve many different authors.
I did some test.
Well, I'm about to do a test. I'm doing it in a couple of weeks' time, and that is going to involve the audience will roll a dice, which will decide which story they hear.
Oh, that's cool.
And there'll be Poe and Lovecraft and James and H.G. Wells and Conan Doyle all in the mix. what you hear will depend on the roll of the dice. So.
That's very RPG. Is it a percentile dice?
No, I'm going to get. I found online you can get bone 20-sided dice.
Roll the
Nice. Roll the bones, I love it.
And Robert's kindly done some readings as well for us for the Strange Shadows podcast. As well. Some little snippets of Clark Ashton's speech. And I think the Abominations of Yondo should be out now.
Something I'm going to do online quite soon is I'm going to do the Gods of Pagana. Unabridged. It'll be about 2 hours, but I did a Dunsany reading online. The last night of the tour in Reading.
By himself.
And near Reading is a village called Worplesdon. Does that mean anything to you? It's where Sidney Syme lived.
Ah, yes.
And the Worplesdon Village Hall contains what they call the Sidney Syme Museum. And Sidney Syme is the illustrator of Dunsany. But he's also the guy's name check in picking his model. As being one of the guys who makes horrific stuff.
Along with Clark Ashton Smith.
I can picture those illustrations now, actually.
Yeah. I mean, they're not horrific, they are fantastic.
Yeah, he's certainly got his own style. But as we said, I think when you came on the podcast, that idea of a picture that can actually scale that much is quite an odd one.
I don't believe it exists. I don't believe a still image can make a man scream. Do you?
No, but the search continues.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
do know one, let us know.
If you see it and it suddenly moves, that would make you scream, you see. But
If it comes out.
I've got to ask you about that scream. Where do you rehearse that?
Well, that's the thing.
You must terrify your neighbours.
no, that's the problem. I can't rehearse it because of the reasons you state.
Neighbours will call the police, won't they?
I mean, did it work?
Yes, it works.
Because it doesn't always work, you see, and it can be
Well, I
embarrassing.
said to Rob that I nearly let a fucking hell slip when he did it. So,
Because the other problem about tonight's venue is that the darkness wasn't intense enough. It should be black. So when I'm pointing the torch at my face, that should be all that you see. Just you catch my nose and so on.
yeah, they're lovely, admittedly lovely windows at the top.
But,
But there's no way of shutting them off.
And also, likewise with the scream, it's supposed to be very dark until I put on the lamp.
I don't think you ever want
So things are slightly muted tonight visually.
when I went home.
They still run it from where I was right in the back, so it worked for me, it worked for everyone.
Now I noticed there were children of quite a young age in that.
Yeah,
Could you gauge what their reaction was?
They were a bit fidgety at the start, I think. And they seemed to be, they weren't sort of looking around or anything. They seemed to be engaged with it.
It's not really for kids.
It's not really. I mean, it's not.
Especially Pickman's model. It's like Eric Sand, I mean, it was quite fantastical. There's nothing really
Yeah, but even just the language Lovecraft uses is going to be above. I mean, it's above. You know, we need a dictionary of Clark Ashton Smith.
Never got
a dictionary of
dictionary now.
No, let's keep it at 11.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for chatting to us as well. Thanks for a lovely evening.
I got to see you.